For way too long of my life, I was very devoted to basketball. And I played in high school and I played in college, and I was perfectly fine, but I really wanted to be great. Eventually, I kind of made my way to economics. I grew up in Chicago in a neighborhood where there was a lot of poverty, and I thought for sure that, or the reason I went to graduate school was to kind of study the causes of poverty and how can you get people to move out of poverty and to lead fuller lives and things like that. With the case of many grad students in my third year, I didn't have any ideas. I had a bunch of ideas that seemed kind of trite or really grandiose ideas that I had no real way to try to answer. And so I kind of struggled with that for most of the year. And then kind of by random chance, I ran into this feature of the way that the US Clean Air Act law is written. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, there's all these great questions in environmental economics, and there's these features of the way that the laws have been applied in the US that would allow us to answer some basic questions like how much did the air improve, how expensive were they? And I just saw this arbitrage opportunity, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this out. And then kind of one thing led to another, and 25 years later, kind of all I do is study energy and environmental economics. But it was like totally an accident that I ran into this one feature. I'd failed as a basketball player, I'd failed as a labor economist, and then I found this one feature of the Clean Air Act, and I was like, I think we could learn something interesting here. I remember the failures much more than the victories.